Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the JP on Comms YouTube channel for another breaking news update following Maidstone United Football Club. And of course, if you've not seen the news already, Maidstone United, through the Friday interview with George Elokobi, Maidstone United's new manager, although I suppose he's not so new anymore, has announced the departure of Josh Shonibare. Now, of course, Josh Shonibare, somewhat of a fan favourite in recent months, considering the large impact he's had on this team. 4 goals in 13 games is not something we've really seen from too many this season, especially of late. And of course, he did score that goal against Gateshead that did pick us up that point at home earlier on this season. So it is important to know, of course, that players like this are leaving the club. That's why I thought it's necessary to bring this news to people if you haven't seen it, of course. But what does this mean for Maidstone? Well, in the interview, George says that Josh was offered what the club feel was a very good contract, and that was something in which he did end up turning down. Now, of course, Josh is going to look at his performances in the National League, in an underperforming side, in a side that has not won in a significant period of time in the National League, and look at his own performances and thought, I am capable of playing in this division. He probably values himself higher than the National League South, and to be fair to him, he is 24 years of age, so he's now at that stage of his career where he's going to want to start developing and finding his feet in slightly more higher quality of football. So it is important to realise that, although we are losing a big player potentially in Josh Shonibare, it's not the end of the world. We've got some fantastic players still at the club, and of course, having him leaving is, of course, going to free up a little bit more of that wage budget in order for us to strengthen this squad in this upcoming summer period. So, it is very disappointing for me, as I've said in recent weeks, especially if you follow me on my Twitter, which is at JP on Comms. You'll understand my feelings toward Josh Shonibare, someone who I felt in recent weeks has been one of the few fighters in the team, along with the likes of Solwanjal Smith and George Fowler. There's not too many in that team who every week you feel we're giving 110%, and Josh Shonibare is certainly one of those. I love how he plays the game. I love his technicality. I love his speed. I love his passion. And for me, that's going to be a really big loss. I think being that kind of glimmer in a team that's not really performing too well of late has made me a little bit more fond of him than some, I suppose. But, I would have thought that we'd like to have kept some of our better performers from this season going into next. Of course, as I say, it's not always up to the club. You can only offer what you can offer at the end of the day. So hopefully that money is invested elsewhere in someone equally as good, if not better, for next season. And we see someone come in who can take our hearts like Josh has. So, like I say, just wanted to bring you a very short, quick update to let you all know what the situation is here. Give you a couple of my thoughts on it, that it's not the end of the world. You never know, this could be a good thing going forward. Of course, we like to keep these good players, but at the end of the day, good players don't necessarily want to drop down a level where they don't necessarily have to. So we've got to bear that in mind. It's going to be a difficult summer in terms of outgoings, I can imagine, but hopefully it's going to be a joyous one as well in terms of some of the incomings we can see entering at Maidstone this summer window. So thank you all very much for watching. If you do like this video, this short form content, do leave a like down below. Do leave a comment on your thoughts on Josh leaving the club. And of course, do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll catch you all in the next one.